Hello there, everyone. Doc In Retrospect. Because apparently my mic was muted again. I'm not sure how it happened this time because it's been too long since that happened. Anyway, we are to Morty's stages, and they're not too bad overall. The first one starts off up in the air, so it's a little bit more tricky to deal with, but it really isn't too bad overall, which will become a running theme. Get all the weapons that we might ever want from this game, except the acid weapon kind of is garbage. It just does not have doesn't have enough power, really, for what it is. It's kind of like, it's kind of like salt water from Mega Man 5. In pretty much every way, actually. Visually and in its terms of how lackluster it is. Anyway, as you can probably tell, the theme of this stage seems to be timing. There's a lot of, which I don't have, by the way. There's a lot of areas where you have to watch your step and time your jumps, or else you will be in danger of dying. And that's only the first part of it. Enemies are the second part. The enemies will, in fact, be a real pain if you let them. So as you are probably familiar with by now, my tendency is to basically wreck everything until it's dead, and then move on. I'm not one to do a lot of just bypass the enemies, which is one reason I think I may have some slight more success with some Mega Man games than other people I've watched play. I notice a tendency to just kind of, fire away and then run without really trying to actually destroy the enemies, and which means they follow you and destroy you. And yeah, I'm going to be spending a lot of time trying to figure out how to get up there, but off screen. Because I will eventually figure it out, but I won't do it. So, enemies are, like I said, enemies are the other problem in this stage. They're always in the way. But, if you take it slow, and are careful, they shouldn't be too much of an issue. One thing is that there is no respawn in this game, so if you just if you defeat the enemies ahead of time, you don't have to worry about them coming back. Well, that's one of the things I've noticed about Game Maker games, that they have more of a tendency to do that. And watch me miss my jump. Anyway, warping right back there. We're pretty close to the end of this stage, so it won't be too much longer. I'll leave you to watch the rest of it until the boss. And it's boss time! Can you guess what the boss is? Gee, I wonder. All you need to do is recall the type of the stage that we're using, and it should be pretty obvious. Yes, it's Mecha Dragon. Is the visually updated version of Mecha Dragon. I don't know which one this is from. Probably, if I had to guess, Wily Wars from the Genesis. We don't even get boss music this time, though, which is kind of interesting. Also, Captain Dragon here is kind of a pushover. And once again, if you're standing up top, you're pretty safe. Also, I just realized, I don't think I noticed this in real time, but you can basically eliminate the enemy projectiles by going into the pause menu, which seems like kind of a cheap way of cheesing this boss. But given that instant death is the greatest danger, I wouldn't blame people for doing that. Anyway, Nova Laser ends up being the best weapon to use, not because it does the most damage, but it does damage the most quickly. And now we fly. And we're in the second of the Mortimer stages, which is a giant space station of some sort. Didn't we already have a stage like this? Ah, well, doesn't really matter. What matters is that we survive. The stage is more like most of the stages in the game. Not a lot of pits to worry about. Mostly just enemy-based challenges. Something I don't mind, but the action in this game is a little bit on the sluggish side. Partly because of the slowness of the main gun, which I believe is the neutron stunner. It's N stunner of some sort. It just seems like neutron would be some kind of word they'd use in a game like that. As I was saying, the action is kind of slow. Your slow shots, your slow jumps, your pretty slow movement. I mean, it's not like disastrously slow, but it is on the slow side. Then again, Mega Man wasn't exactly a speedster either. Ooh, close call there. But it didn't feel like he was slow, in general. It felt like it was the right speed for the game. Here, Keen seems a little bit slow because the area of exploration is so much larger. But, you know, it's a fun game, I will give it that. Even if it is kind of on the slightly crude side. And I think I've said all I have to say for this stage for the time being, so I will pause it until the next time something interesting comes up. are to the boss. The boss who happens to be kind of like one of those enemies we were seeing. Except maybe a little bit on the upper echelon of them. Even so, it's not that difficult. Also, he seems to have an allergy to fire, which does not help him much, as you can see. Anyway, that's all for me for now. Until next time, this is Doc. I'll see you later.